Hi, friends. This is Holy Week, the time in which we walk with Jesus his last days on earth. Our worship throughout this week, from Palm Sunday yesterday to Maundy Thursday to Good Friday, helps us not only to remember the depth of Jesus' love and commitment toward us, but also to experience it viscerally as we shout Hosanna, as we break the bread and drink the cup, and as we feel the weight of the rough-hewn cross. This week, we take our place among the disciples who really don't completely understand all that Jesus is saying and doing, who talk a good game but lose our resolve when the stakes get too high, who hang our head in sorrow and shame at the ways that we have denied and betrayed him, who hide in fear when it feels like the power of the world is stronger than the influence of God. This is not an easy week. The gospel writer John is fully aware of all of the trouble and heartbreak that is to come in the next few days. But he, more than the other gospel writers, sets us on this difficult journey with courage. One of the ways that he does that is by setting the events of Holy Week immediately after Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. That miraculous victory over death happens in chapter 11 of John's Gospel, and Pastor Bob spoke about it in one of the daily messages a couple of weeks ago. Chapter 12 begins with Jesus in the home of Lazarus and Lazarus' sisters, Mary and Martha, in Bethany. And I talked about that a couple of weeks ago during worship. After the meal at the home of Lazarus, and continuing in chapter 12 of John's Gospel, Jesus and the disciples make their way from Bethany to Jerusalem. Now, a crowd of people wanted to see Lazarus, this man who had been called out of the tomb, and they wanted to see Jesus, the man who called him out of the tomb. And so they gathered together and they went with Jesus and the disciples from Bethany to Jerusalem. That crowd mixed with a crowd who was already in Jerusalem for the Passover and had also heard about Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. And the result was a victor's parade. Surely this Jesus who freed Lazarus from the grip of death is the Messiah who will free Israel from the grip of Rome. So they took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel." That's John 12:13. So one way that the gospel writer John gives us courage as we enter Holy Week is by reminding us through Lazarus that at the heart of Jesus' passion, at the heart of his suffering, is victory over death. Another way that John gives us courage for the dark days that are coming is by reminding us of who Jesus is, that he is the true King who will set God's people free. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Thanks for listening today, and have a great day.